Hello, guys. I just wanted to post an update as to kind of why I've not been able to upload for a month and what has sort of happened. And the reason I'm uploading this is actually because if anybody that's watching this takes anything away from this video, so I'm going to be talking a lot about my mental health. Then, at least if somebody maybe takes a step that they were worried about taking because of my advice and because of my experience, then for me, that's a win. Okay. So for those that have wondered where my content's gone, I'm now going to obviously give you an update. For those that are still stay subscribed, I appreciate you, and content is now going to be able to resume. But basically, I started this channel in COVID times when I worked in the ambulance service and was struggling with the demand and how it's kind of the press and the way that COVID was portrayed was really heightened. It was a really intense, heightened time in the ambulance service, especially, and obviously during that time we weren't able to do some of the things that we would normally do. So I wasn't able to go out and play golf. I wasn't able to go to restaurants, go see friends, all that sort of thing. Instead, it was a case of I was working a 12-hour shift in the heightened time of COVID, and then going home. And so obviously I watched a lot of this content and stuff, and was a fan of a lot of the other content creators like you guys will be, and decided, I think I could maybe have a go at this. So I upgraded my, well, at the time actually I actually started on a laptop, but then eventually upgraded my PC, started doing content. It was something I was able to put some energy into, was able to do something that I was enjoying doing, and here we are. We've led to this point now, so many years later, and I'm massively grateful to you guys for that. My mental health was suffering. I had lots of different counselling and things like that through like some personal life things, but also working in the NHS, which was stressful for me. I decided to make some changes to my life to better my position, and sort of fast forward to just December just gone, I had moved out of the NHS. I was in a new company and was feeling a lot better about myself and felt like I was ready to start coming off my medication and felt like I was in a good place. So that's what I did. I weaned myself off my medication and felt like I was in a good spot. And then at the start of this year, unfortunately, some things started to happen that started to spiral, and I noticed the signs early-ish, but maybe didn't act on them early enough. I was started to feel a bit more anxious, feel a bit more of the stress, started to come out in stress hives, like a rash that I get, which kind of is for me one of the first symptoms that my body shows me before my brain starts to feel it. And then eventually that caught up with me to lead to a panic attack, which is kind of that one thing that happens. And if anybody's had it, you'll know, where it's like, right, this was really horrible. I did not enjoy that experience. I need to take action. I need to do something. So at that point, I then had to take some time away from my work, my normal job, and get myself better, basically. And with that, I contacted my GP. I ended up back on my medication. I spoke to some mental health support, and I also attended some web seminars for stress and anxiety and things like that. And that meant that actually, from that happening to now, which has been a month, I'm actually in a good place again. Like, I'm still obviously on my medication, still not fully, 100%. And I don't think with mental health, and certainly with stress and anxiety, it's not something you ever get over. It's something you learn to deal with better. But I'm in a lot better place now than I was a month ago when this happened. So all I would say is I'm back now, so content's going to start. I've got some Wheelie McSpinnersons that had previously been recorded that I need to upload, and with Tom, and they'll be out soon. But we are obviously going to be doing a squad roulette with him soon, so that will probably come out first, and then the other stuff I might release during kind of footies or during the wind down for FC25. And I'm going to also then go back to the Hazard's Heroes team and see where both of my teams were at, because I did a current, so that would be players from Chelsea, Lille, Real Madrid, and Belgian players, and then the past and present team, which will be like historical players that have played for those clubs, and see where those teams are at, take them into champs, and maybe even buy another team to show what the best Hazard's Heroes team is right now in the game as well. So like we maybe do 5 games of champs with one, 5 games of champs with another, 5 games of champs with the other, and see how we get on with doing that. So that's a video that I have planned coming up as well. But that's content stuff. What I would say is, if you are struggling with mental health, if you are feeling stress, anxiety, if you are feeling like things are spiraling or getting out of control, then please, like from personal experience, go and speak to somebody. We have a support networks of our friends and our family, and that is great. But they're not the people that ultimately get you the help that you need. They're just the people that support you through that journey. Okay, so you know, I am so appreciative of my friends and my family that are patient with me and support me while I'm struggling. But you do need to go and seek some help. So go and see your GP, phone 111 option 2 to speak to mental health support workers and see where they can point you in the path of. That's where I got my stress and anxiety webinar from. I attended that. I found that really helpful. There's a lot of things in there about how you can cope with it, how you can manage it, about prioritizing things that are, a main focus over things that maybe aren't such a problem. And just kind of taking those steps to get better, because it is one of the biggest things. Certainly in the last few years, mental health has been on the rise, and the biggest thing is to make sure that you get it early and you take action as soon as you can before it escalates to anything else. Okay. So please, honestly, if anybody is struggling, please reach out to people, and then if you need somebody else to make those steps for you, people can call those services on your behalf. If you feel like you can't even bring yourself to do that, somebody else can take them steps for you. Okay, so there is help. Make sure you get help. And yeah, that's all I've really got to say on it. I'm back, like, not fully back, obviously, in terms of like where I am in my headspace, but I am back and feeling a lot better and positive. So hopefully, we're on the mend, and I hope if anybody has taken anything away from this to get some help, that that's great. I'm happy that in just putting this short video out just to explain what has happened, that somebody has taken this on board and has sought help that maybe they've been putting off. So yep, I'll catch you guys in the next video, and yeah, just make sure you look after yourself and each other. Peace.